What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley, that's the one, the only, Scott Savage, living right now in the world of Tears of the Kingdom, I think. What's going on, Scott?
Oh, I am. Taking a little bit of a break here and there just to play
Nice.
some older games. I have to catch up on the backlog somehow. But
Would
it's
you-
been Soul Calibur, believe it or not.
I saw that the other day. I was like, really? That's a bit of a shocker. I was in Mortal Kombat 11, though, so I'll give you that one.
That's what it is. It's making me, it's all this talk about fighting games.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how that kind of sets you off, right? And all of a sudden now you got to go down this rabbit hole of, oh man, I missed that game. Let's go play this one.
Well, there's what, Street Fighter, Tekken, and Mortal Kombat, all experiencing a new release very soon.
Yeah. Things are on fire right now when it comes to the fighting game community, right? And what we're getting our hands onto and all this stuff, all the new stuff. And we talking about we are talking about Metal Gear today, but we're also talking about Mortal Kombat as well. But Scott, before we get going into today's show, where people can join us live over on youtube.com/InsideTheGameOfficial, as well as twitch.tv/inside. No, man, I'm not getting used to this yet, Scott. Now we're back here. Twitch.com/theofficialITG. But if you can't join us live, make sure to hit us up later, InsideTheGame.ca and beautiful TV streaming networks around the globe. Scott, as of right now, this very moment, your review of After Us is live over on InsideTheGame.ca as well as our YouTube channel. Make sure you swing by, check that out. Scott and I did a preview on it. Does our preview stand up with Scott's review? You'll have to stick around to find out. Make sure you check that out. Tomorrow, we'll be live at 4 p.m. Eastern with the PlayStation Showcase. Oh, dude, I just got goosebumps. I cannot wait to see what they have. And last but not least, Scott, today marks our 500th episode of ITG Daily. So thank you to everybody who has ever watched, listened, and been a part of our show. Couldn't have done it without you. Dude, I got goosebumps. 500 episodes, man. How shocked are you?
It's been incredible. Well, we're up to 717 episodes total, including the weekly show, and I think I joined in episode number 16. So it's been an incredible 700 episodes so far.
Yeah, we hit 217 over on the weekly show, and then 500 as of today for ITG Daily. We have a lot more planned, just like today's show with Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake, Snake Eater. That's right. Dude, it's one of the best games. You knew I was going to be talking about this. It is tattooed on my shoulder and my arm. Dude, I love Metal Gear. So it only made sense we had to talk about it because it's also coming to Xbox. It's not going to be a PlayStation exclusive after all. Dude, that's some pretty big news right there. Ubisoft's Star Wars game is coming sooner than we thought, and there's a ton of leaks coming around for Assassin's Creed Mirage. Good job, Ubisoft. It's
yep,
unfortunate, dude.
The leaky faucet continues, but
it certainly does. Ubisoft is known for so many leaks, and here we go. It just continues on, right? Blows my mind, dude, how they keep getting these leaks. But we'll talk about how that went down. But first, let's kick it over to Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater Remake isn't a PlayStation exclusive. Insider Gaming sources have revealed that the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater Remake will not be a PlayStation exclusive, despite the rumors online. The Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater Remake is arguably one of Konami's worst-kept secrets, with it being understood that the announcement will be made at the PlayStation showcase as a teaser, not a full gameplay trailer. Boo, Scott. I say boo to that, because after this, seeing so much, or hearing so much about it, we should actually see what this thing looks like, right? I do not want just to see a splash screen of a logo.
No.
Right? No, man, show me what the game looks like. We've been waiting years for this, and we're finally going to get something. I get PlayStation wants, if it's not going to be a PlayStation exclusive, I get they want it at the showcase, because all of a sudden now it takes that mindshare away from Xbox, and people go, oh man, I'll just have to get this over at PlayStation. If you have both consoles, where do you get it? I grew up playing this on my PlayStation. However, Phantom Pain,
somehow
I played on Xbox.
I've avoided PlayStation through the entire series somehow.
Horrible person, Scott.
Well, there really is no good reason for that. It's been so long talked about it, though. I'm wondering if this is, again, to be believed. I have such a hard time coming from Tom Henderson, though. This is a lot more believable, but because it's just been teased and baited so many times, I just can't wait till tomorrow when we get some sort of acknowledgement.
Absolutely. Remake will release for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. It's certainly unclear if the PlayStation version has some form of exclusive rights with its marketing or potential DLC. Scott, so there is some room here, some wiggle room when we kind of get into the exclusive content, right? Do they have it exclusive for the first 6 months? Because right there, it takes the wins out of Xbox sales, right? Like that's just kind of there, another loss, unfortunately, coming for Xbox if that is the case. But hopefully not. Hopefully we see something cool, something that's going to drop that we'll be able to get into for Xbox fans as well. I think Konami at this point, when they saw the fact that they were able to put Phantom Pain on not only Xbox, but also on PlayStation, have them go multi-platform, there's a huge spike in sales that way. But granted, if you kind of wind things back a little bit, dude, Tears of the Kingdom just dropped and reached 3 million copies sold in 3 days.
Yeah, it does not need more than one platform for release there.
No. Do you think Tears of the Kingdom a little bit different than Metal Gear? Obviously different games, but still.
I think, well, in terms of them being kind of the flagship mascot, then certainly Metal Gear still holds true for PlayStation, even though it's been kind of split up. But then again, I think of, on a long enough timeline, Sam Fisher is an Xbox icon as well, right? So
yeah. Man, that one hurts. But yeah, at least we're getting Metal Gear. There's hope, right?
Exclusive content for either category.
It's
not featuring the likes of Michael Ironside.
Yeah, it's not Snake at all. It's actually Sam Fisher sweeps in and be kicked
for the second biggest misdirect in history.
Yeah, it is. I think it makes a ton of sense of the fact that Konami won't want to make an exclusive deal. Maybe for like Tom Henderson mentions, right, with DLC or some skins, and there's certain things that they can do to kind of entice the players to go to the other platform versus, going to Xbox. There's always this wagering battle back and forth. Right now, we heard Phil Spencer say himself that the fact that Xbox is in third place, right? You have PlayStation, you have Nintendo, and then you have Xbox. And that's kind of how it works. And which is really unfortunate, because when you think about it, dude, Nintendo is a 7-year-old console right now, where Xbox and PlayStation are leading the charge right now, brand new consoles. I say brand new, a couple years old, but it's still one of those things like you guys should be up at the front, up at the top, overshadowing, a 7-year-old, 8-year-old platform here that's just made 10 million copies sold for one game that launched just a week ago. Like, it's just, it's nuts.
Oh, it's incredible what Nintendo can pull with surprisingly minimal support for their own ecosystem.
Yeah, no, for sure. But if we get into the Metal Gear side, like, you think Xbox would be over there going, hey, look, come over here. We'll give you some kind of deal and some kind of package, and then we can get you exclusive content over here. But it's coming to the PlayStation Showcase, rumored. We'll find out tomorrow. Finally get into hopefully some of the details to be revealed. And then, of course, we'll be talking about it on Thursday's show, which we cannot wait to see what that's going to look like.
I think we'll be talking about this for a long time.
Absolutely. And what's not going to be too long away there, Scott, is Ubisoft Star Wars game is reportedly planned for release by March 2024. Tom Ivan over at VGC, not to get confused with Tom Henderson. Yeah, the title, which is in development at Ubisoft Massive, is scheduled for release during the company's current fiscal year, ending in March 31st, 2024, according to two Kotaku sources. However, they cautioned that the target is likely too ambitious and said expect the game's release to ultimately be pushed to the following fiscal year, ending in 2025 of March. Ubisoft recently confirmed that the release schedule for the current fiscal year includes Assassin's Creed Mirage, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Mobile, interesting in that one, Tom Clancy's The Division Resurgence, another mobile title, Skull and Bones, The Crew, Motorfest, X-Defiant, and another large game. Scott. The company will show off a number of its upcoming releases during a new Ubisoft Forward live stream event on June 12th. I'm excited for that. We will be there. Dude, next week is going to be, like, the next couple weeks, you're going to be killer. I can't wait, man. Announced in January 2021, Massive's Star Wars game is being developed with its Snowdrop engine, which also powers the Division series and the studio's upcoming Avatar's Frontiers of Pandora, which I cannot wait to see more on that one. I'm hoping we get into it like a pretty good deep dive at the Ubisoft Forward for the new Avatar game. I
want to see more.
Absolutely. The game, it will be a story-driven open world title, according to the creative director, Jillian Gueretti. Quote, first, we want to make it a unique game in the saga with a captivating story and a set of characters that players can relate to and connect with, end quote. He said when the game was revealed, quote, we want to take what is familiar and resonant about Star Wars and tell the stories of new characters who have their own motivations and stakes, end quote. Scott,
it'll be like poetry. It'll rhyme.
Well, I don't think we see it this year. I think it gets pushed. This is gonna get pushed, man.
Well, yeah, given Ubisoft's kind of track record for pushes and disorganization, I think that is likely. Probably, it has me really excited though. Whatever they're working on, whatever they're cooking up. Does Snowdrop Engine do anything for you though? I've not been a big fan of the Division, so I'm a little unfamiliar.
The Snowdrop engine is a solid engine. If they keep iterating and pushing that engine forward, I think there's a huge potential to see where Avatar is going to look like and whatever the next Star Wars game is going to be. And if they've upped it to the level where Unreal Engine 5 is, like, it's going to be huge, right? The Division 2, I played for hours upon hours with Nate, with Kyle, with Ben, and some other friends, right? We kind of go out and we do our thing. The Division 2 is a beautiful game, like stunning. So to see that and then be used here as well has me pretty excited. I am a little shocked as we see it more and more studios transition, even like CD Projekt Red for themselves for their next game is using Unreal Engine 5, right? No longer do you have to worry about creating your own engine, making sure it works and hammering out all the bugs. Let Epic worry about it and just concentrate on understanding the engine and how to use it to its full potential. But they've been using the Snowdrop for so long that everybody over at Ubisoft's probably pretty comfortable where they're at in the knowledge of that engine. But how do you keep that tech moving forward, right? Because it gets expensive. It's costly, man. It's not cheap.
Well, we talk about monopolies now recently because of CMA and everything, but we can't allow a monopoly on the engines to belong to Epic exactly. So we need some sort of competition in there. But I'm just does anything stand up next to Unreal Engine 5? It just looks so incredible to me.
Well, that's the thing, right? But if they can, Ubisoft's got the power, they've got the money, they've got the finances to back the ability to redefine the Snowdrop engine. I think Pandora is going to look fantastic. I cannot wait to see what that world really looks like. A CG trailer is one thing. Every trailer can look amazing. but what does the
Yeah.
game actually look like, right? Like that's where you define how this Star Wars is going to be. What's their iteration of Star Wars? That's the other thing. Dude, we just came off of probably one of the best, if not the best Star Wars game ever created. Yeah, I'm talking about
Mm.
Jedi Survivor, right? Like this is going to be game of the year discussion. So that's Respawn. Now we go over to Ubisoft, which was funny because EA used to have the exclusive rights to Star Wars, and we've seen the ups and downs until Respawn kind of saved it a little bit.
Yeah, Battlefront really ruined that deal for them.
Yeah, it certainly did.
I was playing that yesterday, though.
Well, I've heard. I was talking to Kyle. But but when we get into now, where can Ubisoft take their Star Wars game? Are we getting into another open world kind of Assassin's Creed-esque platform? Are we worried when you take it over with the Division? Massive world, right? Like Massive Entertainment is called massive for a reason. It's huge. Absolutely huge. And now we're seeing them spin off with the other parts of the Division. When you get into Star Wars, the way Jedi works is that we go from planet to planet to planet to planet, which is an open planet, but it's not completely open when you talk about like the likes of the Division, GTA, right? Assassin's Creed. Are we kind of going to get into that? And all of a sudden now you're on your map and there's like a gajillion icons. Go here, go there, find this, find that.
Yeah,
Does this
I was
worry you
gonna
at all?
say it does seem like it is open world, but then again, is Destiny 2 considered open world? I would argue no.
Really?
As soon as you have to put a load screen in there, it's no longer open world. That's true all the way
That's
back to Morrowind.
Fair enough.
Elder Scrolls back on the original Xbox.
But we are getting into a studio and a company that makes some of the best open world games around. So
It's certainly possible, but I'm thinking unlikely. The idea that you could fast travel to another planet, for example, that might just be a little bit too big.
we'll see.
Although we
will
have new
see.
consoles, so really, load screen is being minimized.
It certainly is. Actually, it really, really is getting downsized on how long that load screen is. Dude, that's one of the things I noticed with Tears of the Kingdom is the load time going from one place to the next. And I was like, wow. Yeah.
Going from one surface to the surface directly above. Why does this take a couple seconds?
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting, right? But either way, when we get into where Assassin's Creed is at, is huge, and the open world of that platform kind of, I think, lends opportunity here to Star Wars and what they can make over at Massive. I'm excited to see what they have. Will we see something at the Ubisoft Forward, Scott?
I really hope so. And this would lead to believe, maybe, or we get something and it goes, okay, here's a delay. But at least an upfront announcement of a delay would be some sort of acknowledgement. And I'm just a big fan of transparency nowadays.
Yeah, well, let's get into something that's a little less transparent, but it's been leaked like crazy. It's YouTubers post tons of leaks for Assassin's Creed Mirage. Grant Taylor Hill or Insider Gaming had this to say: "Where's that salt? It's time to take a pinch of it." Recently, a creator uploaded a long-form video to YouTube breaking down what was described as being a ton of Assassin's Creed Mirage leaks. Now, his source was protected, but he apparently mentioned that it was his nephew breaking into Ubisoft to procure the information. Is already a thrilling tale, right? Well, in the 20-minute long video, Jonathan, with a 0, breaks down what is allegedly a dense stack of Assassin's Creed Mirage leaks, blowing open the game's setting, mechanics, innovative features, duration, story, and ultimately the release date. So there aren't any spoilers here. That was one thing. So I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I even hit Scott up before this show started going, hey, dude, does this article have any like leaks we should not be talking about? Because I don't want to spoil it for me because I'm looking forward to Mirage. Don't blow this for me, right? And this is kind of where that territory you kind of walk this fine line.
More of a warning to if you're curious out there, then don't look further. But this will be safe.
Yeah.
Nothing in here that you couldn't see coming, at least in some regard.
Perfect. This was by no means a quick video hashed together by a small creator looking for clickbait views. This YouTuber, who goes by the name of Jonathan with a 0, is a popular French creator who seems to enjoy dipping his fingers into lots of pies. In one of the most recent projects, he decided to blow the roof off Assassin's Creed Mirage with a ton of leaks. Man, I just don't understand how people get in and be able to do this. It was stated that Mirage's map is around the same size of Paris in Unity or London in Syndicate, which isn't by any means a tiny environment. Now, Scott, we already heard that this was going to be at a smaller scale, right? They were
Yeah.
kind of condensing this, but to bring back a lot of the elements we've known for the past for Assassin's Creed. So it gives us that little bit of more tight feel of Assassin's
Well,
Creed 1.
Assassin's Creed 1 is of course much smaller, probably about 5% of the map size.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I know that Syndicate was much bigger to the point where there was a train that you could ride throughout the city. That was the
Dude,
travel system.
that was your hub. The train was
Mhm.
cool. I was like, yo, I get a train here? I'm down for this. It was
It
tight.
reminded me of Wild West, actually, that old movie with Will Smith. He's got a train on it loaded with the headquarters. It was just the same.
That's funny. Like other games before it, it's claimed that Mirage will open up in one location for the introduction, then port to the main map for the core of the game to unravel. In the video, Jonathan explains that the story opens up with Basim in his home. I'm not going to go any further than that, Scott. So just be wary. There are leaks out there, but some things you can predict, right? So just take it with whatever you want with a grain of salt. Time will tell. Hopefully, we will see something when it comes to the actual game at Ubisoft Forward and get that release date. But
I'm wondering if they've just a small detail, because this happens in every Assassin's Creed game. Am I going to start off as a superhero, just maxed up skills, and then
and then
beaten down to level 0 and have to climb back up? Because this is Basim's origin story. So could I perhaps
yeah.
start at 0 without the big I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear
I'm
you.
nitpicking now.
Starting at 0, Scott, enjoy Skull and Bones. Current imagery leaks online. And once again, Ubisoft doing it wrong.
Loose lips, Ubisoft.
Man, Grant Taylor Hale over at Insider Gaming goes by this. Skull and Bones may just be the most ill-fated project in the history of gaming. It has been subject to countless delays. Any gameplay release has been underwhelming, and reportedly there's a noose hanging around the project that has been put there courtesy of the Singapore government. Scott.
Yeah, that's a curious situation right there.
Oh man, at this point, it seems bizarre to believe that Skull and Bones will ever be released, and if it is, there are almost no expectations that it will launch in any kind of a decent state. It has been in development for several years, and at that time, almost nobody, critics, fans, and otherwise, have had anything hopeful to say about the game, including its own creators, Scott. Like even the creators
Yeah.
behind it were nervous, right? Reportedly, Skull
Has
and
it
Bones.
been
Go ahead.
has it been more than a decade now?
Yeah, we're hovering, I think, on a decade to like just the tipping point over a decade. Like it's been around. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I
been
just don't get it.
an
How it's
incredibly
so
long
over.
time. I think the longest development game is still Duke Nukem Forever. I think that still holds true.
Fair enough. Reportedly, the Skull and Bones project is only being kept alive because of an old deal between Ubisoft Singapore and the Singapore government. So that's kind of what's holding this game together, which is unfortunate because I think at the end of the day, we're going to be into a bad situation here for Ubisoft. I don't think this game is going to do well whatsoever. I think the game's going to tank. I think people are going to come out. Here's the thing that they need to do. They need to just put it on Game Pass and hope it takes off a little bit, because I don't think it's going to hit fans' expectations. Or man, at this point, I don't even think fans have expectations of Skull and Bones.
No,
Right?
I think this is well, they could use the lesson built from Rainbow Six Extraction. I think that was a game that just kind of
Came away.
grew and grew and grew, and then came out and just flopped, and that was
Yeah.
unfortunate. It was
And the-
unfortunately given away, but that was
Absolutely.
the best option for it moving forward.
Oh, in the latest images to allegedly leak from inside the project, Skull and Bones kind of looks exactly like it did in the most recent gameplay updates posted in January 2023. It doesn't seem as though huge leaps are being made. Without scrapping the game, like I don't know how they can save this thing.
No,
But I don't know. Time will tell on that one, Scott. It's definitely going to be a disappointment, I feel, already off the hop, which is
well,
unfortunate.
it's a side spin-off of a concept that came out of Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, so long ago. Is it a
Yeah.
little too dated, even if it does come out in its
Yes.
best form? Possible.
Absolutely. Right? When we play, I don't know if I can talk about it. Never mind. Okay, Scott, we do have a couple games and releases out today. What do we have, my friend?
I like it when you get me with those too. We have the DLC Forspoken, In Tanta We Trust, on PlayStation 5 for those who had the digital deluxe edition. There is the full release of the aforementioned After Us on PlayStation 4. Sorry, My mistake. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC. We're leaving the past consoles in the dust there. Amnesia, The Bunker, is on Xbox Series XS, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Curiously, no PlayStation 5 upgrade there. I have to do more investigation myself. Bread and Fred come on PC. Had to double check that.
Yep.
Convergence, a League of Legends story, is on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Farming Simulator 23 is on the Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android operating systems. And yes, I will check that out. Miasma Chronicles is on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC.
Dude, did you see this game at all?
No, actually, I can't recall.
Man, this thing looks cool. I'm like, yo, where did this come from? I haven't seen this at all. Like, nothing. I didn't see any press releases. I haven't seen anybody talking about it. I'm like, apparently
the
I think
title is
Dude,
somewhat
cool.
familiar. I think
Looks
I've
cool.
read the Miasma Chronicles, but there is Planet of Lana on Xbox One, Series XS, and PC. I believe that is a Game Pass day one as well.
My review's coming out tomorrow on that one.
And Star Trek Resurgence is on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, and PC.
Nice. Dude, Project Alana looks, it's, I've been busy playing that one. We got our codes Friday, so I've been kind of pushing through it. It was a long weekend over here, but I'm picking things up and trying to finish that off today, and then we'll have that review going live tomorrow.
That's another one on my list.
Dude, you're going to have to play this one. Yeah, I think you're going to really enjoy it. I think you'll have a blast. I've had a great time playing it, but just like that, Scott, once again, that comes to the conclusion of our show. This has been our 500th episode of ITG Daily. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You can always join us when we're live over on YouTube and Twitch, but you can't join us live. Hit us up later. Inside the Game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Till tomorrow, everybody, we'll be back. I'm Drew. That's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.